A big win for us. Proud of our guys, especially the defense making a play when it mattered the most. Obviously, a huge play there. I guess my understanding here at the end of the game. Haven't seen the tape yet, but the Bryce came up with that fumble recovery in the end zone there. So I'm just proud of our guys for just competing and coming up with a huge play when we needed it, and then really once we got the ball back there, really proud of the offensive line. We knew we needed a first down, and with the way those guys surged up front. Got the first down. We were able to run the ball. Carson did a good job of taking care of it. So it's a great win for us. Great win on the road. First time we've won a Maction game on the road since 2012. So I'm proud of our guys for that. We're going to enjoy this bus ride back home. We got one extra day to prepare, and all of our focus will be on Northern Illinois.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with Robbie.
Yeah, Coach, I guess just in the waning seconds of that game, I mean, what's going through your head? What are you seeing on the sidelines, and when did you realize that Bryce had kind of scooped it?
Well, obviously you're watching things unfold. I saw the quarterback climb the pocket, obviously run, and then obviously our guys did a good job of knocking the ball out. Obviously, I couldn't see exactly how that transpired. I'll be anxious to see it on tape. But then obviously the fumble recovery there in the end zone. So I think just the mood on the sideline, the attitude on the sideline was just everybody believed and just make a play, man, make a play. And, it was great to see that happen. And it was a pretty clean game for the most part, obviously, with no turnovers until that one right there at the end.
And then Carson, I think, ran the ball 27 times. We got it here tonight. Has he kind of become the lead guy for you guys at this point?
Yeah, he's just done a really good job, taking advantage of the reps when he gets them. He's strong, man, and he just, he gets stronger as the game goes on. He does such a good job of taking care of the ball with, good ball security there. And he's getting a better and better feel each and every week, man. And obviously you can see his confidence level growing, and it's great to see. And he's done a lot of special things for us as a freshman, and, get a lot of football ahead of him.
Sure. And I guess, just after a week like last week where it felt like it could have gone either way, how relieving is it to see, maybe some of the chips fall in your guys' direction here tonight?
Well, it's great. Obviously this conference is competitive. I know going into the game, Akron's 2-6, we're 4-4, but it's Maction, man. And they remind me a lot of us, 3 years ago. I had a chance to talk to Tom Art before the game, after the game, just keep grinding, man. And, I knew it was going to be this conference. I knew it was going to be a fight and a battle. And, yes, we had a 21-10 lead there at halftime. Then we came out and, got ourselves up, 28-10, but you got to give them credit for just continuing to fight, scrap, and claw. And then again, there at the end, just really proud of our guys to deliver when we needed it. And huge win for us on the road. And, obviously we just got to get back and shift our focus full speed ahead to Northern.
Sure. And then the last one for me, obviously a couple of guys getting shaken up tonight with Jay Sean, Justin Ramsey, and Kyron Mims. How are they doing at this point? And is everything looking all right, I guess, from your side?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see once we get back to Muncie. When they did go out, they weren't able to return to the game. So obviously, once we get back and have a chance to look at it a little bit closer and undergo, further examination, then we'll find out exactly the severity of it. But obviously, those guys, you hate missing those guys because they're really good football players. And, it was great to see a number of our guys make sure they knew, man, we got your back. And, because you're a competitor, man, and those guys were hurting and they were down in the dumps that they weren't able to continue. But we'll just, once we get back to Muncie tomorrow, we'll see the extent of those injuries.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move over to Ian.
Yeah, to kind of expand on Carson Steele getting significantly, more repetitions. What have you kind of seen from him in practice to kind of garner more carries throughout the game?
Yeah, to his credit, really what he's put on the practice field has really been consistent since the day he showed up here. He's got really good practice habits, and that hasn't changed. What's happened is you just got more and more comfortable and confident with the offense, knowing the blocking schemes and where the hit is likely to happen. Where's the hole going to be? Is it going to be front side and bounce? Is it going to be backside? He's done such a good job of getting more and more comfortable with that. And he works really hard. You try to encourage all young players, man. When you come in, talent is talent, but what's your work ethic like? And it's great to see a young man with that kind of talent have such a great work ethic. And he's such a humble young man too. And I really appreciate that about him. And I know all of his teammates do.
And then coming into the game, did you kind of know that he was going to get more of a workload, or was it kind of something you saw in the defense that, made the run make more sense in this game?
Well, I think always you want to try to establish a run. And so when we had some good hits there in the first half, we were able to run the ball effectively. And really, as the game goes on, the night it got a little bit chillier there for us. And, it was pretty evident that, we felt strongly about some of the blocking schemes and some of the things that we were doing there in the second half. And it was just good to see him, get stronger as the game went on. It was really good to see the offensive line just get stronger as the game went on as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move over to Charleston now.
Coach, after how the Miami game ended last week, for this game to kind of be, similar, but this time your guys' defense making the play, what does that say about how this team can win in different types of ways?
And I think it's just a credit to our football players, credit to our, our leaders on our football team with a never say die attitude and just keep competing, man. And when you do have the opportunity to make the play and, just like that happened there, late in the game tonight, just proud of those guys, man. Bend, but don't break. And, when you do have a chance to deliver, despite what may have happened for three quarters and 12 minutes, 13 minutes of the game, it was just great to see, guys just keep competing and having each other's back and then delivering a critical play in a critical moment.
And then next question, 9 of 15 on third downs tonight. What were you satisfied with the way your offense kind of competed in those tough situations and kind of got conversions when they needed to?
Yeah, what I look at more than anything, obviously we did a good job of not turning the ball over. It's been really big. That's a telling stat. When you don't turn the ball over, really increase your chances of winning. But looking at our efficiency on third down, looking at the red zone opportunities and red zone scores, those are things that are really important when you look at when you look at the stat sheet at the end of the game before you ever dive into the tape and evaluate it. I think those are things that are big because that's a good number there in terms of conversions on third down, and then also in the red zone. You want touchdowns, but certainly you got to get down the red zone and make sure you get points.
Coach, that's it for tonight. Appreciate you joining us and congrats on the win.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
All right, we'll start with Ian.
Yeah. So, what does it mean for you, I guess, for, your team to kind of rely on you, especially getting 27 carries, the most you've had all season?
Yeah, definitely. We knew coming in this week that we had to run the ball a lot. And, so whoever, wanted to take the role, they really relied on that, coming out through this week. And, got to give credit up front where it's due. Being able to, you wouldn't be able to run 27 times on, somebody where there's no O-line blocking, so credit to them coming out, and crushing it today. There was big holes and, so giving them all the credit they need. And, that's what gets me successful and has yards as well. So big credit to them.
And you said you came in knowing that you're going to have to run the ball more. I mean, is that something that kind of you saw in Akron's defense on film? I mean, why was that?
Yeah, definitely. Looking, they kind of spread out their defense a little bit more. And, but if we knew that, the run game wasn't working, we were going to look to Drew as well, to pass the ball and stuff, but also, Jay Hall, he can run the ball as well too. So that really helped us out, here and there, kind of mixing things up.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move over to Robbie.
Yeah, I guess back-to-back kind of hectic weeks for you guys, but different results. I guess I mean, how does it feel immediately after, just seeing the chips fall on your guys' side tonight as opposed to maybe 9-10 days ago?
Oh, it's definitely a blessing. It's Maction Week. It's one of my first games in Maction Week, so I was super excited for that. And, playing a great team, great stadium, great fans and everything like that. We knew we had to come out and try to give it our all. And coach always says, MAC games, they always go down to the fourth quarter, and that really took it to point there, and came down to those last minutes, and our awesome defense came up and got that fumble in the end zone. So that really helped us get some momentum going and finally finish out with a victory.
Yeah, I guess in those final seconds, what's kind of going through your head, watching from the sideline, maybe not sure what that play was on that fumble in the end zone?
I knew when we had the chance, for the offense to get the ball, we work a lot with our 2-minute drills, so having, trying to block real well for Drew, so, he can get that pass off to one of our, great wide receivers and, get them out of bounds and stuff, keep the clock, stopped as long as we can, to be able to score. But, luckily we didn't have to do that today, so our defense made some great stops and let us, get this victory.
Sure. And then the last thing for me, I mean, what's kind of the mindset for the offense? I feel like, the first half, you guys were kind of moving the ball at will and then slowed down a little bit. What's kind of the message after this, when maybe some of the 3 and outs, allowed Akron maybe to kind of climb back a little bit in this one?
We just had to, keep pushing forward. It's a football game. You're gonna have some of those 3 and outs, and it's kind of a punch in the jaw. But with our defense, like I said, they made some great stops, and they let us get to midfield and stuff here and there to start our offense. So, getting little things like that, really kind of helped us, keep pushing through, even though we had those 3 and outs here and there, to let it lead us to a victory.
Thanks.
Okay, got a couple questions from Charleston.
Hey, Carson, on that 5-yard touchdown reception, were you surprised at all how open you were? And then just how important do you think it is for you as a running back to kind of get more involved in the passing game as the season has come along?
Yeah, definitely. I just catch the ball. That was my one thing, so I knew that play. I've actually ran that play in high school as well too, so it's a great play. And, coming around that corner, you might be open, you might not, but you got your back turned, so just make sure you catch the ball and, drive in and tuck your legs. And, but definitely coming with pass as well too, it makes more options for our playbook. That's one thing with Jay Hall, he can run the ball real well, but he can also, catch, deep balls. And, so that's kind of what I kind of want to come in to do as well, be able to catch and run as well.
And then final question from me. I know it's always good to kind of, break the long one, but how much pride do you take in kind of, getting that short yardage, picking up 3rd and shorts? How much pride do you take personally in gaining those, extra yards between the tackles?
Oh yeah, definitely. Always as a running back, you love to break those, long runs and long touchdown runs, but especially when it gets cold like this, people, start to, stiffen up a little bit, and it gets real tough, and it kind of just gets those 3 and 4 yards. But it definitely, try to, just keep driving my legs. That's one of my big things. Keep trying to get, as many yards as I can, keep getting first downs, so that's what, trying to keep pushing forward, even if we get knocked back as well too. So
that's all I have. Thank you.
Carson, appreciate you joining us tonight. Congrats on the big game and the big win.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you guys very much.
All right, we'll start with Robbie.
Yeah, Bryce, I guess just walk me through that last play on defense. What's kind of going through your head? Where do you kind of see him as he's about a yard away from the goal line with the ball in his hands?
Yeah, no, it was definitely nerve-wracking. A lot of the guys on our defense had man eyes, so that's a prime opportunity for the quarterback to scramble. And luckily, I think it was Brett Anderson and Clayton Cole. Brett in specific came in and laid a huge hit and jarred the ball out. And it was kind of some commotion to get to the ball. I just tried to get involved, try to get to the ball as quick as possible. It was pretty much me and a lineman. I tried to just get him out the way and do whatever I could to get the ball. So it was a great feeling, relief, true definition of bend, don't break. I'm just happy we were able to finish the job there at the end as they kind of got close to the red zone.
Yeah, I guess, just kind of as you're seeing them kind of march down that drive, and your guys' goal, remains the MAC championship, and that's kind of on the line there. I mean, are you thinking about any of that in that last drive at all, or what's kind of going through your head as they're moving down the field?
Just get a stop. The way I look at it, the closer they get to the end zone, the more tight things get. Obviously we don't want to let them 5 and in, but as long as they're 10, 15 yards, throwing windows are more condensed. There's more room for error in my opinion. The goal should always be to never let them get down there, but when they do get down there, I try to never panic. For me, it was just taking it a play at a time and trying to do whatever I could to help the defense, win each down. And so, in situations like that, you can't really panic because it's football at the end of the day, and crazier things have happened. So we knew we had the lead, and we knew it was on us. So you just got to take things a play at a time, like I said. And, luckily we were able to come up with a big play there at the end.
Sure. And then the last one for me, after that tough loss against Miami 10 days ago or whatever, how refreshing is it to see maybe some of the chips or the luck or whatever you want to call it kind of fall in your guys' direction and pull out a close win?
Oh, no, it's great to get a win. I've been playing college football going on 5 years now. I know how tough it is to get a win against anybody on any Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's tough to win in college football week in and week out. You got to come prepared. You got to bring your best stuff. And so, anytime we get a win, I'm more than happy, win or loss. Regardless of the margin, there's always going to be room to clean some things up, and when we're well aware of that. But like I said, as long as we got more points than they do at the end of the day, we're happy.
Thanks.
Move over to Ian.
Kind of shifting to the offensive side. Carson Steele has a career night. And he has a career high in attempts. As someone who goes up against him in practice, what have you kind of seen as far as his improvement?
I think Carson, he's just getting more and more confident week after week. As a freshman, me having played as a freshman, you kind of need that reassurance week in and week out that you can play at this level and that you can do it consistently. And, I think it's the stuff he does, behind the scenes that really separates him. Carson's probably the most humble guy on the team. He doesn't say much. He just puts his head down and work. We tested him as older guys. We might try to get a little bit more physical with him because we heard the rah-rah coming in about him, and so he's lived up to the expectation, and I couldn't be more happy for him. I try to tell him all the time, keep running, keep doing your thing, stay focused. I'm just super proud of that guy. Like I said, he's super humble, great guy for the locker room, and his future so bright. And like I said, this is only the beginning for Carson.
That's all for me. Thank you.
All right, Charleston.
Hey, Bryce, I know throughout the season you guys have kind of been put in the red zone defense situations a lot. How did that kind of preparation throughout the season and maybe, in off-season camp kind of help you guys make the stop tonight?
Yeah, Coach Stock and Coach Jay-Z preach, we got to be great in the red zone because, now it's clearly points are on the line. So if we can take the ball, that's huge. If we can hold them to 3, that's huge, but we don't want to let them in the end zone. And so, we have red zone periods every week. We have red zone periods in preseason camp. And, it's a big emphasis for us. We know how important it is when they get down there. And we're going to do everything in our power to stop them from getting in the end zone. So it's really just a mentality and an attitude that you got to have about yourself when you get in that area that, you don't want to let them in the end zone. So, whatever is necessary to keep them out, we're going to try to do as a defense. And so, it's a big point of emphasis for us. And it's something that Coach Stock and Coach Jay-Z preach every week.
And then last question for me. I think in the first half they had over 100 rushing yards, and then in the second half they had 24. I know you come up and play around the line of scrimmage, but how much credit do you give to the front seven for their performance in the second half?
Super excited about how those guys responded. We came in the locker room and we just talking, and we weren't satisfied with how we came out in the first half. We felt like they were getting too much leaky yardage on the ground, kind of creasing us on some runs. And, that's not something we want to allow as a defense. Week in and week out, our goal is to stop the run regardless of who we're playing. I think that's at any level of football, I think that's got to be a emphasis as a defense. And so, first half they kind of had us on our heels in terms of playing a run, but as you stated, the second half there was a lot of stalemates, runs that are stopped at the line of scrimmage, a couple TFLs. So, I was super excited about how those guys responded and, try to use that momentum going forward.